Besides, I've been denied to put me in this state of mind. Another year over, and what have I done? My aspirations are shriveled in the sun. I'm crippled by guilt, blinded by signs. I've been waiting for tomorrow all of my life.
So here we are again, celebrating some amazing albums that are 40 years old. One of my favourites from that era is the rather amazing Soul Mining by The. This was the debut album by these guys, and it was I think it was originally released by the band's frontman Matt Johnson as a solo album. But after a bidding war between major record labels resulted in the group signing with CBS Records, Johnson began recording the album in New York City, but the initial recording sessions were aborted after the album's first two singles, and Johnson returned to London where he wrote and recorded the rest of this masterpiece. Musically, I mean, Soul Mining is a post-punk synth-pop album with influences of the early 80s New York club scene, but Johnson's lyrics focus on relationship insecurities, social alienation, with imagery derived from dreams. Lyrically, this album is just off the charts good. It was released, as I say, in 21st of October in '83 and included versions of the singles Uncertain Smile, Perfect, and This Is the Day. Although the album received positive reviews, its sales were modest at that time. I think it reached 27 and charted in a number of other countries. But in 2019, the album was certified gold in the UK. Soul Mining was reissued in June 2014 as a 2-disc 30th anniversary deluxe version on vinyl, attracting retrospective reviews which universally praised this record, with critics describing it as both Johnson's best work and one of the best albums of the 80s. And I agree with all of that. And if you haven't heard it, you need to, because it is absolutely brilliant. I think one of the key moments or highlights is Jools Holland's incredible piano riff or solo at the end of Uncertain Smile. I believe he did it in one take. It just adds to the depth of this album, but it's also Johnson's lyrics and the ability to hear a good hook but make it so meaningful is what makes this album so damn good.
The were yet another one of the bands to feature on the legendary Some Bizzare album compiled by Stevo, and Soul Mining was released on the Some Bizzare Epic record label. The iconic album artwork is by Matt Johnson's brother Andrew, also known as Andy Dog, who went on to produce numerous other instantly recognisable The record sleeves. Matt Johnson is an extremely sharp, clever and switched-on individual, and Johnson's artful pop hides an underlying menace at odds with acts around at the same time. Recording was started in New York with Mike Thorne producing. Mike Thorne produced Soft Cell's non-stop erotic cabaret, but later moved to the Garden Studio in London, a studio which Matt Johnson owned a few years later, and then on to Psalm Studios in London. Soul Mining is a brilliant, idiosyncratic album and one of the best albums of the 80s.
Check it out, it's Soul Mining by the genius that is Matt Johnson, aka The.
The time on the clock was the time I usually return to the place where I cleared my head and but just for today I think I'll lie here and dream of you. I've got you under my skin where the rain can get in, but if the sweat pours out, the wet morning sun reflects off the paving stones while a little dog barks its head off in the distance. Oh, what a perfect day to think about myself. My feet are firmly screwed to the floor. All the money in the world couldn't buy back those days. You pull back your curtains and the sun burns into your eyes. You watch it play lost into pain, while I'm being raped by progress. Tomorrow's world is here to stay.